Okay, so have you ever wondered why some outfits you think up and try on work great, and others just suck for some reason? You know how to layer, you're making good outfits, but something isn't working. In this 3-part video series, I'm going to be talking about matching colors, patterns, and textures. Now keep in mind the rules are meant to be broken, but do so at your own risk. The results can be disastrous. Today we're going to be talking about colors. Get your reading glasses on, your notepad out. I'm going full fashion nerd mode. Buckle your seatbelt. There are 4 basic things we're going to be talking about: color value, color palette, color dominance, and number of colors. The first thing we have to get out of the way is color value. In my eyes, when talking about clothing, there are 3 types of colors. Base colors, the primary, secondary, and tertiary colors we all think of, the center of the color wheel. Then pastels, often tints of bases, tint meaning an addition of white, on the inside of the color wheel. And then neutral colors, also called earth tones, often tones or shades of colors, meaning either an addition of gray or black to a base color. This also includes whites, grays, blacks, browns, and tans. Color value just refers to how close or far from a base color a color is. Next, we have our outfit's color palette. There are 3 basic palettes, but most outfits are a combination of them: monochromatic, analogous, and complementary. Monochromatic colors are different values of the same color, shades, tints, and tones. For example, pastel blue, royal blue, and navy blue are monochromatic. Analogous colors are colors that fall next to each other on the color wheel. For example, yellow, green, and blue. Complementary colors are colors that fall opposite each other on the color wheel. For example, purple and yellow. Monochromatic and analogous are the easiest color palettes to work in. Monochromatic is tough to fuck up, and generally it looks best with neutral colors like navy, gray, or tan. But most work. For this video, I'm generally not going to be counting neutrals as colors because they pair well with almost any color. Make sure colors occupy different places on the color value spectrum, some being very dark and some being very light when going monochromatic. Contrast is good here, so different values, patterns, and textures are helpful. Analogous is similar in this way. When wearing analogous colors, make sure your colors don't occupy the same concentric circle on the color wheel. The values should differ. Also, how far along the color wheel you can stretch the analogous colors relies on their values. Make sure they are both not close to base colors if they are far apart. It looks awful when you wear vibrant blue and vibrant green, but a pastel blue and a bottle green, or a bright blue and an olive green work great. The last palette is complementary. Complementary colors are the most difficult, and they are incorporated best in non-dominant portions in the outfit. So let's take a second to talk about that. Dominant colors are going to be those that occupy the most visual space on your body. If you have a solid pant color, this will be dominant. The same is true for your outer layer on top. Non-dominant colors are the ones that take up the least visual space, like the yellow stripe in this plaid, the red polka dot on this tie, or the teal lining on this pocket square. These are often referred to as accents. This is where you should incorporate complementary colors. Wearing bright orange pants and a bright blue shirt looks awful. However, a navy tie with red polka dots looks great on a pastel blue Oxford and olive chinos, red and green being our complements. And this brings up another point we touched on earlier. The further from the base color on the color wheel the complements are, the better they will pair. Burgundy and olive are easily done great. Olive and bright red are less easily done great. Bright green and bright red are extremely difficult to do well. Our last thing to focus on is the number of colors in an outfit. Generally, I like to stay at 3 or less: monochromatic, dichromatic, and trichromatic. First, monochromatic. We touched on this earlier, but the key to a monochromatic outfit is to have contrast in your color value, pattern, and texture. If your monochromatic colors are neutral, then we'll count them as colors for this. Next is dichromatic. This is also pretty easy. When creating a dichromatic outfit, your 2 colors can either be dominant and dominant, non-dominant and non-dominant, or dominant and non-dominant. All 3 work without looking boring or busy. Last are our trichromatic outfits. When wearing a trichromatic outfit, your colors should either be dominant, dominant, and non-dominant, or non-dominant, non-dominant, and dominant. If they are either dominant, dominant, and dominant, or non-dominant, non-dominant, and non-dominant, they will look distracting or busy. Here's an example. I've got a red polka dot shirt, a blue crew neck sweater, and a green rain jacket. This just looks awkward because all of the colors are dominant. To fix this, let's swap out the shirt for a fine red and blue check shirt. Here, the red is non-dominant and it looks great. Phew, so that about covers it for color. I'm going to show you 3 outfits. On the first 2, I will assess the 4 factors and whether or not the outfits work, and on the last one, I want you to do it on your own and let me know in the comments down below what you think. Look 1. Navy chinos, a pink shirt, a navy knit tie, light wash denim jacket, and a fabric belt. Okay, first let's look at our colors and their values. We have 2 pieces in navy, a neutral, a pastel pink, a pastel blue, and a white, also a neutral. Next is color palette. So we have a bit of monochromatism with 2 shades of blue, then a pink. Next, number of colors. 3 blue, a pink, and a white. We won't count the colors that are neutrals, so the navy and the white. Therefore, this is dichromatic. Last is dominance. Light blue and light pink are both dominant. So why doesn't this work? I think that's obvious. Why? Because the pink and the blue are both light. There's not enough contrast between their value, and they're both dominant. Look 2. Tan chinos, a blue crew neck, a white, tan, and blue tattersall button-up, a tan vest, and a white fabric belt. Okay, so what are our colors? 3 tans, a neutral, 2 whites, neutral, and 2 blues. So this outfit has monochromatic tan tones, as well as 2 blue tones, technically monochromatic again. Next is the number of colors. Normally I would ignore the neutrals, but since they occupy so much of this outfit, I'll still count them, making this dichromatic. Last is dominance and non-dominance. Neutrals are pretty much totally dominant throughout this outfit, and the blues are non-dominant. So this works, no rules violated. Last look, you decide, comment yes or no. I hope you enjoyed the video. I put a ton of work into this one. Hit that like button if you did. Also, this is just the first of 3. Subscribe to see those so you can hone in your outfit making skills to a new level. Thanks for watching. Make sure they are both not close to bath color. Make sure they are both not close to bath color.